Baba OBEY, because that's the way we call him, the Chief Commander Evangelist Professor Ebenezer OBEY Fabiyi. He is a special man, special as in when it comes to his personality, when it comes to his talent, when it comes to his ability to relate with people. OBEY is number one. It's not just your run-of-the-mill person. I've been attracted to his music right from when I was young. You know, my dad had a radiogram. Radiogram, you know, I don't know whether the youths of today would know that. The radiogram, it's like a mini turntable. It's a radio and it has a turntable. Beside the turntable, you have albums. You will roll the albums, you know, and then you will release them on the turntable and it will play. It's like your playlist today. And then my father was an ardent OBEY fan. So I used to play. I was always at the turntable, you know, playing. So virtually, I have come to know a lot about OBEY's music. I didn't even know we were going to get this close.
Oga is a very humble man. Very humble man. And very hardworking. He loves perfection. He doesn't take the wrong thing. So I love him so much.
This is the testimony you will get from virtually everybody. OBEY is unique. OBEY's relationship, interpersonal relationship, is out of this world. Despite his fame, despite everything that God has given him, he still carries himself with so much humility. If Baba OBEY sees you, he will use air for you. Air in Yoruba is a form of respect. And you know, that's rare for a man of his status who's traveled far, he's seen everywhere. So you want to look at all of those things, and then you find out that when it comes to music, then his music has been a blessing. Many people, many homes, many lives have been blessed by his music. I spoke with Segun Odegbami, I spoke with Baba Oshoba, I spoke with Sonny Shehu, I spoke with Funsho Kinoshi, I spoke with Laye Amoje, Adiniyi Adegmeru. All those guys, he didn't use money. Even Victor Odofe, Bello of blessed memory, he never made money, you know, his yardstick. And I told my friend, I say, please tell your guy, say I want to join your band so that we go to play together. He says, Shebi, you know me. Say, make I tell him by myself. So I went to Ebenezer OBEY. I say, Esa, you see people in Mosa. That word alone, it touched my mind, touched my heart. He didn't say Mbolo one thing, only Mbolo there one thing. So that one is good to be very humble in life. for about 13 years, he wasn't singing secular songs anymore. He wasn't going to parties. He was committed. And then he came back. When he came back, he still retained that slot. It's very rare. If you've gone out of market for 1 year as a musician, before they don't pick it. They don't pick it. And then he's gone for 17 or so years, and then he's still relevant after that. It shows the quality, and the impact of his music. Virtually every aspect of life, Obey has sang about it. Virtually, is it marriage? Is it naming ceremony? Is it Christian life? And then at a point in time, he was even, sponsor, being the mouthpiece of government. When we changed from left to right, Obey sang about it. When we changed from naira to pounds, from pounds to naira and kobo, Obey sang about it. Operation Feed the Nation, he sang about it. When the Golden Eaglets, won the first system in 1985, he sang about it. When Odegba married, the Nations Connect, why he spoke about, why he sang it. And these are not just. These are quality songs that even if you sing them now, you will still marvel at the depth of the composition. Obey, Sonny, even when he came Fela, when you look, Fela, when you look at even Fuji, Sikiru and Edebarista, Kollington, they sang, even though, they also could sing some, but the bulk of their music, they would, even this man, Ayewa International, if you listen to those generation of musicians, you see that they were singing music, with depth. I am just Tunji Akintayo. I am a broadcaster and a minister of the gospel. I read the news on Ogun State Television, and I also present programs. I also do some camera work, some production work to editing and stuff. And once in a while, majorly I do a lot of MC. I've done about over 100 MCs now for weddings, several concerts and all that. So, and I guess my relationship with Baba Obey, dates back to 1982. So I saw him for the first time. That was from afar in 1982. But 7 years after that, he came to Abeokuta to do a concert. He did a concert at Ogun State Hotel, now parking. He brought in some African Americans, Barretta Hyderabad, Bob Bailey, Margaret Ingram, a lot of them, and I was the MC. So that was how we now blended. And then 3 years after that, when he went into ministry, I was part of the organizing committee. And when he now started the crusades, in Abeokuta in 2002, I was the first chairman of the Music Power Conference that they had. And then, subsequently, every year, I began to do MC after that for the Praise Altar Crusades. Over 70,000 people, 50,000 people, at the MKO Abiola Stadium that time. So, the relationship had developed, it has grown, and we thank God for where we are today.
Apparently, from what you have said now, you know him to an extent. You have a very sound idea. What kind of person? How best can you describe him as a person?
No, if I want to tell you the truth, Baba OBEY, because that's the way we call him, the Chief Commander Evangelist, Professor Ebenezer OBEY Fabiyi, he is a special man. Special as in when it comes to his personality, when it comes to his talent, when it comes to his ability to relate with people. OBEY is number one. It's not just your run-of-the-mill person. It's not somebody you just say. Because when you listen, I'd been attracted to his music right from when I was young. My dad had a radiogram. Radiogram, I don't know whether the youths of today would know that. The radiogram, it's like a mini turntable. It's a radio and it has a turntable. Beside the turntable, you have albums. You roll the albums, and then you will release them on the turntable and it will play. It's like your playlist today. And then my father was an ardent OBEY fan. So I used to play. I was always at the turntable, playing. So virtually, I have come to know a lot about OBEY's music. I didn't even know we were going to get this close. And so coming to meet him, and this is the testimony you will get from virtually everybody. OBEY is unique. OBEY's relationship, interpersonal relationship, is out of this world. Despite his fame, despite everything that God has given him, he still carries himself with so much humility. If Baba OBEY sees you, he will use air for you. Air in Yoruba is a form of respect. And that's rare for a man of his status who's traveled far, he's seen everywhere. So you want to look at all of those things, and then you find out that when it comes to music, then his music has been a blessing. Many people, many homes, many lives have been blessed by his music. So he's somebody you can't put in a box and say, this is how he is. He transcends beyond the music that he plays. I was privileged to have interviewed 1 or 2 or 3 people, in the course of this work, and each of them will tell you that for the albums that OBEY did for them, he never charged money. I spoke with Shegun Odegbami, I spoke with Baba Oshoba, I spoke with Sonny Shehu, I spoke with Funsho Kinoshi, I spoke with Laye Amoje, Adiniyi Adegmeru. All those guys, he didn't use money. Even Victor Odofe, Bello of blessed memory, he never made money, his yardstick.
How would have anybody believed that?
No, he doesn't. For example, Shegun Odegbami said he didn't tell him. But just to honor him, he just sang that song, and then the same thing with Sonny Shehu that Romolola. He said they had traveled, it was out of the country, that they now, they just saw the song, they were hearing the music, and they were saying, who is singing for us, So that's the way we be. Some people, before they put you on their label, you would have paid. And, so you find beyond the music, there is an interpersonal relationship, which transcends music and, draws a lot of people to look at his band boys. Some of them had been with him the captain is 78, that's 44 years. 70 something, So you find out that it's rare, to see somebody retain his workforce for that long. So it's a function of the relationship, and then the fact that he also came into Christianity, he didn't allow the excesses of life to rubbish his Christian faith. Even when he sings up till now, even right from the time before he even became an evangelist, he's always been preaching the gospel anyway to some of us, because there are some of his albums that when you listen to them, you can play them in church. For example, this song, Oluwani Olusho Agutomi, quite a lot of them. So that's the way I see him. And I don't think I am the only one who is seeing him like that. I think a lot of people also see him in that direction. And he's a legend. I want to tell you the truth. He's a legend, and he is going to live beyond his music. The one that he composed in 1967, that's about 55 years ago. Evergreen music. And then, one other thing, when Obey went into gospel music, when evangelism, for about 13 years, he wasn't singing secular songs anymore. He wasn't going to parties. He was committed. And then he came back. When he came back, he still retained that slot. It's very rare. If you've gone out of market for 1 year as a musician, before they don't pick it. They don't pick it. And then he's gone for 17 or so years, and then he's still relevant after that. It shows the quality, and the impact of his music, and we want to thank God for his life. We want to thank God, for what he has, because his music definitely will outlive him. He has given posterity something that we will continuously refer to. And
one thing that actually marveled me much earlier on, I heard you singing, and the tone was almost as if it was Baba that was singing. So I was wondering, maybe you were just one of the band boys and all that. How much has his song affected you as a person?
I can't quantify it, because I listened to these songs right from when I was in primary school to secondary school, from secondary school to university, and all of that. So, and many of them, even when we did it, my dad was always, it was an ardent Obey fan. So he had virtually all his music. Even the one that he didn't have, I would listen to it from outside. So I got to, when I was even in secondary school, some of the seniors would call me, to just come and sing Obey for them, it was like that. It was because of the depth of the music. Let me share a joke with you. When I was in secondary school, they said we should speak English always. And at that time, Obey just released this song, Oh Moya, oh yeah, oh Moya, oh yeah, Kuku Pami, Obey me. Some of us students, because they wanted to sing that song, they had to translate it to English, so that they could still don't speak the Yoruba thing in school. The depth of the music has affected me, and when you look at virtually every aspect of life, Obey has sang about it. Virtually, is it marriage? Is it naming ceremony? Is it Christian life? And then at a point in time, he was even, sponsor, being the mouthpiece of government. When we changed from left to right, Obey sang about it. When we changed from naira to copper, pounds, from pounds to naira and copper, Obey sang about it. Operation Feed the Nation, he sang about it. When the Golden Eaglets, won the first system in 1985, he sang about it. When Odebami married the Nations Connect, why he spoke about, why he sang it. And these are not just, these are quality songs that even if you sing them now, you will still marvel at the depth of the composition. For example, when he was saying, Ayo táwọn ọmọ wa gbá ní China, ó le, ayo yẹn le, koko bí ojú ẹja. And then he began to tell you how the match went. Saudi Arabia, Lagbata Omi. And then he got to a point, Guinea Feta, Bio. The way he used the music to express the occasion. And it's a great, for example, there's also one. And that one, even though I was not part of that action, each time I listened when I was young, I used to be very young when that song was released, I was like I was there. He was talking about when he came back from London and then what Sonny did. He now said, Oroti ọjọ́ tí mo dé láti London, Sonny Ade ṣe bẹbẹ lọ́jọ́ yẹn, èrò pọ̀ láti Kẹjà, títí tó fi dé di Òro, láti Mayflower, títí tó fi dé Bánúsọ, gan ní àfíjí ìròyìn ò tá fojú bá, ẹni débẹ̀ ló lè sọ, èrò Ìbàdàn, kò jẹ́ ká máa ra Èkó. He was giving you vivid description. Àwọn ará Ìbàdàn, you know, and then ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ eléré láti Orísun ní Adé títí dórí Decency títí kan Délé Òjó gbogbo, and then he was mentioning all of them. You know, I wasn't there, but he was able to use his music to tell that story, and that's one thing that's vivid description. That's one thing that's lacking now. Most of the music that we are hearing and we are listening to now, they don't have any depth. They don't have any depth. You know, they just sing. Many of them, give them 2-3 years, they're faded out. They're faded out. You know?
Actually, I was about to come to that. Okay. Now, music is supposed to be didactic.
Yeah.
Teaching lessons, teaching morals and all that. Now, can you compare the music of his own generation to what we are seeing today?
No, we can't. We can't compare, because, you know, during their own time, their music made sense. Made sense as in they were not just singing because they just wanted to sing. There was an inspiration and they had a message. Many of them talk about Obey. In all of those ones, in those Obey, Sonny, even when he came Fela, when you look, you know, Fela, when you look at even Fuji, Sikiru and Barrister, Kollington, they sang. You know, even though, you know, they also could sing some, but the bulk of their music, they would, even this man, Ayewa International, if you listen to those generation of musicians, you see that they were singing music, you know, with depth. That's the problem we're having today. We just, oh, hey, ah, you know.
So what actually is missing in today's music? What actually is missing?
Many things are missing. Many things. Number one, the message. Then number two, it looks like we're just getting to dance. It's just the dance appeal. But there's no, they what? You know, that's just, you know, just the structural, the percussionary aspect of the music. That's what they celebrate more now. And it has even gone to church. Even some good songs that you will expect, you know, people to pray about, they've danced it away. You know, and they didn't, the message is missing. So I find that, you know, in today's, even though we must not put all of them in the same basket, there are still one or two exceptional ones, even amongst today's, you know, artists who are, you know, who would say they are above board. But when it comes to the content, the message, you find out that, you know, it's missing now. Those songs that they are singing, even their children cannot listen to some of them. Okay, tell me what song is in one corner, one corner, one corner. Okay, it could be good now, but as you grow older, it doesn't make sense to you anymore. It doesn't make sense to you anymore.
And as someone that is so deeply rooted in the understanding and on the knowledge of music and all that, what do you think people of the age or generation of OBEY can do to rectify some of these faults even before they leave this generation?
What they can do, you know, the challenge we're having now is that when they were growing up, the internet was not that, you know, when they were growing up, there was no internet facility. You know, there was no Twitter, there was no WhatsApp, there was no, you know, Instagram, it was social media. And even then, the television stations then, you know, they didn't start with 24-hour, they didn't do 24-hour programming. You know, at that time it was 4 o'clock, but by 12 midnight they finished. But now, so the challenges facing today's youth, apart from the fact that, you know, the social media is there, they need a lot of mentoring. But the problem we have now is that many of them don't even want to be tutored anymore. That's the problem. You'll find not too young to run. They say not too young to run, you know, which is good. But you will find out that you don't throw away the elderly people. Now the youth say they feel like they can do it, you know, and all of that. But then the point is, the elders can only teach. And if you listen to most of the music of Baba Obey, he has always been teaching you. He's always been. But the point is, are they ready to listen? And then faced with the challenges of the now, you know, it's a lot of work. But I think he's starting a foundation now, you know, that is trying to mold people, trying to, so, you know, maybe once that platform is provided, and then we need people to also help us in, for example, they do Big Brother Niger, they give them 30 million, 80 or so million now. It has even gone beyond the 30 million that they started with. You know, what except who wants to be a millionaire that has just increased his own something to 20 million, and that 20 million, before you even get that 20 million, you will sweat. So there is no encouragement to want to make people study. You know, so we should have more platforms for people to encourage the younger ones, give more prizes, you know, not just into fashion and entertainment. Let's have it into academics. You know, for example, if a first class knows that he's going to get 5 million naira if he gets a first class, I tell you sincerely, schools, they will overbeat themselves, you know. Even though you say, well, you don't have to give incentive for you to learn, but you will find out that it has helped those in the fashion industry, it's helped those in the entertainment industry. They get endorsements, they get all sorts, you know. Why don't you have endorsement for the guy who gets a first class? Why don't you have endorsement for the guy who excels even in his area of study? So I think these are some of the areas that people can, you know, encourage. For example, now, camera work, you know, apart from the AMVCA, you know, which, what other things does a cameraman get? Nothing. So he struggles all through, you know. There is really there's no recognition. They are just off the screen guys. So you find out that some of those areas, people need to spread their tentacles, not only into the fashion industry, not only into the entertainment sector.
All this calculation, what role do you think the government can play?
Government has a lot of work to do, but unfortunately we don't have a government now. Government has in the people in government, they are not really serving anybody. They are serving their pockets. I'm sorry to say, that's my assessment, you know, because the people are not even asking for much. All they are asking for is provide an enabling environment for us to be able to do this thing. If a guy is singing, if a guy is studying, if a guy is doing one thing, let him have the environment to be able to do it. So government, the first thing government could do is provide that enabling environment. Enabling environment, let there be power. Let there be, you know, health. Let people be able to send their children to school without stress. And then let government also, in those days when we were in school, we used to do holiday jobs. But those things are no longer there. Government is not even thinking in terms of encouraging anybody. All they are just doing in the business of, I'm sorry, get money, spend it, define what you think is good for the people. You're not asking the people what is good for them. So government has a lot of encouragement to do, you know. First of all, provide an enabling environment, and then fish out the good ones. Potentials, and encourage them. Create a platform. There was a time that was told that they released some money for the entertainment industry. Are you really sure they released any money? They did. Did it get to you? It got to some people, but then it didn't go around. You know, which whereas if it was something like a revolving loan, they made it easy for people to be able to do. Before you get anything now, you pay a cutthroat prices, and you are not. It's like they are killing all the industry. So government should do more, you know, in terms of encouragement, in terms of financing, you know, in terms of, you know, helping individuals, you know, who have prospects. There are one or two or three people who have designed one or two things. All they just need is not just to talk, not just government to take it off from them, And I was listening to Peter Obi some few days ago, and he was talking about the fact that when innocent vehicles, wanted to start, he said one of the things that he did was he told him, to make a certain number of vehicles, and his government paid. But if you patronize government now, before you get your money, it will be another regime. I had somebody who had that kind of bad experience. He said he wanted, they were to pay him a balance, and then he was doing younger. He should have taken the money. He was doing younger. So at the end of the day, when another regime now came, before he could get the money, he was now begging, even if they could just give him out of half of the money. I mean,
that would be better than nothing.
So it's frustrating. The environment is frustrating, and our people need help. Government should redirect their options to look at people and encourage them.
Olúwa mi kò fún ẹ, lẹ́nà ni ó máa ṣe, àwọn ọmọ yìí wà padà. Ẹlẹ́rìí sọ́nà ti fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ tẹ̀lé yìí ọ̀la. Àwọn ṣàmùyàn kúlẹ̀ òkè òkè lẹ́rìí. Ọ̀gá lẹ́rìí tẹ̀lé ọ̀gá ìlẹ́rìí. Iṣẹ́ mo bí wọ́n bí wọ́n ìlẹ́rìí. Àtẹ̀bọ̀ lẹ́yìn ìyàgò lọ́dún lára wájú. Adéṣálò ní tèmi, àwọn agbéwọlé Yorùbá rẹ̀ rẹ̀ dàda l'Amẹ́ríkà. Amẹ́ríkà connection mi. Adé, 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 Adé. Àwọn Adé ló sọ̀rọ̀ kan sí mi létí ká ẹ̀kọ́ mi tó sọ. Adé ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹni ò lè ṣe bí ọlá àrùn lóyìnbó. Ìyá ò lè ṣe bí Adé kọ̀rọ̀ lọ́jọ́ ọ̀hún. Ìrọ̀lọ́jà sí
Ebenezer OBEY Tunji ODUNMBAKU ọmọ bàbá rẹ̀ tó rẹ̀ lẹ́yàjọ́ àìmọ̀síkò náà lẹ́kùn ẹ̀ta ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ olùwà àìmọ̀síkò náà lẹ́kùn ẹ̀ta ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ olùwà. Oṣù dúdú, oṣù dúdú, oṣù
Ìbò ti lè bọ́ sínú, àbọ̀ ti wọ́n jì. Ìbò ti lè
My name is Sami Fayose, also known as Uncle Sammy. I play bass guitar. Before I joined Ebenezer OBEY Band.
When did you join the band, sir?
I joined the band in 1976 when I resigned from Nigerian Post Authority Band. I was playing high life band with Nigerian Post Authority. We call it Harbour's Dance Band. We started that band in 1966. So after I played 10 years with them, there was some little bit of misunderstanding about band leadership or no band leadership, something. So I felt I was no more secure. So I have to resign. I resigned from the Post Authority Band. So, but before the Ebenezer OBEY know me when I was playing with Harbour's Band, because in those days, when they engage a high life band, they will engage another Juju band to support. Maybe Ebenezer OBEY, Sonny Ade, Ayewa, and all those people. We used to play together. So Ebenezer OBEY know me. So when I resigned from the Post Authority Band, I was playing freelance music with some of my friends. So we were coming one day from engagement in the night. You know, that time the country was so nice. We used to walk in the night from anywhere to anywhere. So we were walking down Bode Thomas area. So I had Ebenezer OBEY Band playing at Animation Village. So I told my friend I will go there. So I went to that place because one of my friends that we used to play Harbour's Band before is by then with Ebenezer OBEY. His name is Abe Koliosho. He's late now. So I went there And I told my friend, I say, please tell your guy say I want to join your band so that we go to play together. He said, Shebi, you know me. Say, make I tell him by myself. So I went to Ebenezer OBEY. I say, hey sir, me ò sí pẹ̀lú àwọn people yẹn mọ́ sir. Wọ́n wá ní, mbólẹ̀ there one thing. That word alone, it touched my mind, touched my heart. He didn't say mbolo one thing, only mbólẹ̀ there one thing. So that one, it's good to be very humble in life.
Since you joined the band, what has the experience been like?
I have a very good experience because we travel so much in Europe, in America, Canada, and so on. So it was a very good experience.
What can you say about the person of Baba? What kind of person is he? What kind of person is Baba OBEY?
Oga is a very humble man. Very humble man and very hardworking. He loves perfection. He doesn't take the wrong thing. So I love him so much.
So what's your message for the whole world now that is marking 80th birthday?
We are very happy for the age he has reached now, 80 years. We thank God. And we pray that he will continue to live more. Because now, even people are still loving his music and his band. So we pray that God will spare him the more, give him more years. We will do 90, we will do 100 and so on. In Jesus' name.
Amen.